that the goal of mayoral control was to create that strong, accountable leadership and to create a system that was not balkanized and fragmented as it had been for many decades. And if you look at the outcome in the starkest terms, we had a graduation rate that hovered for decades right around 50%, and it's now 2/3 of the kids that are graduating, which is thousands and thousands more kids who are graduating each year. And if you look at what's happening at CUNY, thousands and thousands more students, just let me finish. Thousands and thousands more students are going to college who would have otherwise been dropouts. And so to say, as Joseph did, that there was marginal change denies the experience of those thousands and thousands of kids. On the question of parent engagement, one of Dennis's first priorities that he articulated was to create better systems and better leverage for that kind of conversation. And it is an area that we're actively engaged now as a central priority of the organization to try and build and improve on. However, if you talk to parents about their schools, and if you look at the data year after year that parents report about their experience in their schools, the normal experience is absolutely not that a parent goes to a school and they're told, go away. That is not the standard experience. There are 92% of parents report that they are getting really good service from their schools each year on the survey, and we have the largest survey in the country.
Whether it's
that 500,000 New Yorkers are filling out every year about their experiences. So I would urge people, before categorizing stuff based on the voices of politicians or specific parent advocate groups that may not have had their needs met, to really look at the data about what real parents are saying.
Well, let's look at the data. Excuse me, Bill. One second. Let's look at the data. You mark to market how you do in a school system based on the number of graduates that we have going on to higher education. Let me just say, when we look at the data, we look at it slightly differently. Because when you have 75% of the youngsters graduating high schools, who are going to two-year colleges, needing to be remediated, and excuse me, and after 2 years, or 2 years in community college, only 21% of them complete. And after 6 years, it's 24%. Are you kidding me? Wait. Now, hold on. That being said, it's not as delicious as shale paints. It's not as delicious as shale paints, I don't believe, but it is certainly, by any measure, the opportunity giving these youngsters to engage in coursework, to be part of a learning community, to have choices in a school system, to have people who are professionals taking them seriously. That is better, I think, by any measure. I will say very publicly that I always think the issue with what's happened with mayoral control is not that it's a failed experiment. I don't believe that.
I didn't say it was
okay. I think it's an extraordinary tool that's being given. The problem is when we have to exaggerate our outcomes to get it renewed, to have the fight about it, it puts us in a very funny place. And I think that's where we are. But that should not undercut in any aspect the hard work, the commitment, the dedication, the revolution that has taken place in New York City around public education. And to that, I believe that this city owes this mayor an enormous debt of gratitude. He took it on in forceful ways. He committed resources to it as never before. But it's not perfect, and why do we have to go from failure to perfect? Is that the only barometer by which we judge ourselves? I'm sorry.